history of the competition. Australia, those two against the Welsh pair. And it goes to a double decider for the third time this afternoon, quarterfinals afternoon in Hamburg. Commentators Stuart Pike and John Part.
Well, if anything for John goes for confidence and for winning, Richie Burnett would be right up there. He is playing the team captain's role to a T, trying to get Mark Webster going.
Well, and after two nervy rounds of prior to this with France and Poland, and, you know, they've been through it all now. I think they're actually enjoying themselves, even though there's still a lot of pressure, you know, especially with Richie. I mean, he does look quite into it now, and not stressed in negative ways, just positive. You know, that's what happens. You get some real nervy stuff under your belt, and others, it becomes like armor for you.
Yep, you're right. Last leg decider to beat the French. Last leg decider to beat Poland in round 2 in the doubles. So the Welsh living on the edge, but they're still in there, still with a chance. But crucially, Australia have the darts.
Nice view of the stage there. Of course, worth mentioning again, the pace slows down for every player here because you got to wait twice as long to get to the board. Well, 3 times as long. Normally you wait for 1 player. In this scenario, you have to wait for 3 to play. So it takes 3 times longer between turns than in singles. You would think it's twice, but it's 3 times.
Good dart from Whitlock.
Because certainly your partner throwing doesn't do anything to help you with your rhythm.
Gives you more time to think as well, doesn't it? Especially if you hit a poor shot.
It is, compared to the singles format, an eternity back there to deal with different thoughts. And so I sometimes, you know, a good word or two between partners can help to get through that. I suppose the wrong words could probably destroy a partnership as well.
They do work well as a team, though, don't they? Webster and Burnett.
96.
Well, I think both these teams are good teams. I think they've proven themselves that they can work together and get on with the job.
140.
Not worried about finger pointing or anything like that. It's one focus, win enough legs, and they win the match.
140.
It's hard to shift your mentality from being all about yourself and singles and this and that to just sort of put yourself in the back seat and the team up front and accept your partner's mistakes as your own and to respond in kind like you would if it was you, and to make things better.
That's okay. Some pressure on this for Whitlock. I think he's hit a 5 there. You look at treble 20, I think.
41.
What a big visit this may turn out to be for Mark Webster. Treble 20.
40.
No magic this occasion. No, he lost his singles, but he did finish pretty well when he was under pressure. He didn't want that double top, so it's double 6.
That's one way of doing it.
Yeah, it's a perfect double 6.
Signaling Wells to reverse. Game on.
You know, much better to have a double top when you're going for the single than a treble in that scenario and bust.
45.
Of course, most players go for 16 in tops. 56, but or 52, sorry, it was.
140.
I'll be okay. It ended in 6, that's why I got confused.
Well, a look of worry on Richie's face. He may well be as the magic just disappearing. But the Aussies have stolen the darts here. What can Nicholson do? Well, 6 scored is the answer so far.
26.
Well, you gotta take the good with the bad as a partner. Simon's just telling him, don't worry about it, I'll get a big score.
95.
Again, and we'll be rolling. True to his word, Simon producing.
Perfect. Again, as you say, they are working well as a team. Whitlock scoring and Nicholson's finished. That carries on. They're on their way to another semi-final, the Aussies.
40.
Ooh, and I wouldn't say it was a key moment. It didn't really make the hugest of difference in scores because he couldn't have left the finish if it had gone in the treble even. But still, the morale, it's affected.
43.
And speaking of morale, Nicholson's is sagging as well, struggling in this leg after getting that finish in the first.
45. Australia, you require 112.
For 2-0 and for control. Well, exceptional. Simon Whitlock was brilliant. Nod of approval from Paul Nicholson.
Third leg, Australia to Rovers.
He hit a 118, finishing off with a ton-plus finish.
And he started off with over a ton score. You know, that was all Simon Whitlock there, and no one's happier about that than Paul Nicholson.
100.
If you don't play well, you're not competing with you want your partner to get you off the hook. That's the beauty of a partner.
96.
See, that's one luxury you don't have in the singles game. No one bails you out ever. Sometimes your opponent does, and that's one of those really scratchy games, but
100.
yeah, he's back. His spirits there. He was a little bit in and out in this tournament, but when he keeps seeing his partner bail him out and perform well, it just gives him the strength he needs to dig deep.
Well, he's responded to what he has seen his partner do.
85.
And I think that was also the case yesterday with Webster and Burnett. And Burnett really had a difficult singles match to win to keep it alive, and he did so. And he kept them alive through most of the pairs match before Webster finally clicked in and had that magical final leg.
96.
I mean, really, you just want one of the two of you playing magically well, and you're happy normally.
Good switch from Paul Nicholson.
134.
134 to follow a 140 for Nicholson's last 2 visits. He's come alive in this deciding doubles.
Yeah, so he received a transfusion of darts willpower from Whitlock, it seemed.
Australia,
That magnificent
84.
last leg out of Whitlock. I mean, I'm sure he scored over 400 points. Double top. He played for the one chance.
64.
That's all he really had to do without Wales on the finish. And it's come back to be down to Nicholson, who will be under some pressure.
100. Australia,
For the double
require
10.
20.
Well, all Burnett can do is hope. Well, that was a brilliant leg from Paul Nicholson. The second leg was all Simon Whitlock. The third leg was all Paul Nicholson. Australia are one away from the semi-finals.
Well, I think you can credit Simon Whitlock with half of Nicholson's performance in that last leg. Just got his spirits up, knowing that he had backing. It's just one more leg to sink the Welsh hopes. And that's the trouble sometimes. Even if you're gutsy and survive a lot of close encounters, numbers catch up to you eventually. You do need to get some wins that are easy breezy.
I think also for the Aussie pair, it's a case of redemption. You know, on this stage 2 years ago, they missed 4 match starts to win the World Cup. Paul Nicholson was in tears afterwards as they were beaten by England. They've been very, very close.
140.
Oh, big score to really put the screws into Richie. And just getting a treble's difficult at this point. He has done. So he's down to 75, 51 for 24.
97.
Single to double. If Mark gets a chance. 136. One of these kind of, you got to get 2 trebles, but it's a favored one. It just seems to click for most pros. Couldn't follow the first. I bet he's surprised at that. So many times it just seems to go straight in if you get the first one.
78. Well, you require
So to stay in it, Mark Webster. Oh, he's missed the big 18, so he's only going to get 1 dart. He should have had 2 darts at tops.
18.
But that may be the last dart.
Australia, you
The Webster in the Welsh
58.
throw.
Yes, he's got to feel bad after surviving so many close ones. 2 darts for the match to go to the semis. Double 10 now. No mistake at all. What an effort from the Aussies. Simon Whitlock in particular stood up tall and brave and gave the team the spirit it needed to get through quite easily in the end. 4-0.
Emotion from Paul Nicholson. He played his part. Australia are in the semi-finals, where they'll play either England or South Africa. And that means that coming up next on the stage in Hamburg, Adrian Lewis and Phil Taylor